Hello everyone and welcome to the demo of Staffer Case, which is a story-rich detective visual novel. And let's just jump right in and try it out. Case 1, Backstage. Notrick, an assistant from a small-town detective agency, receives a letter from the Phenomena Bureau and heads off to London. Begin case. London, 1960 something. Okay.
初めてか。
Okay. Is this your first time? Very strange that they're not speaking English in London. But okay.
はい。
Excuse me?
お客さん、ロンドンは初めてかい。
I was just saying, this is your first time in London, no? I think that's Japanese.
はい、そうですが。
It is. Why do you ask?
は、思った通
knew
り
it.
だ。だと思った。どうだい？
And how is it?
London の景
How does
色
it
は。
feel to take in all that London scenery for the first time? Since they're not speaking English, I am going to put the volume of the voice down. Well, it's just as astounding as they said it would be. The buildings, the smoke haze, though I haven't seen Big Ben. Yes, indeed. She's important, Big Ben is. Though I'm afraid, young lad, you won't be able to get a good look at her from around these parts. By the by, that bag sure looks heavy. Planning to be here a while? I'm here because I received a job offer. I imagine I'll be living here until I get fired. Oh, rather young to be working. You must be something else, huh? When I was your age, well, that was at the height of the big war. I mean, back then. I figured taxi drivers in London would be the quiet sort. Did I grab the wrong one? What's the name of this new employer of yours? For another shilling, I'll take you right up to the front door of their building. Ah, that's quite alright. In front of the park will be fine. I mean, you're already paying for an expensive cab ride. What's another shilling? Most, like yourself, visiting London for the first time, try to find the way themselves, and before they know it, they find themselves lost in more ways than one, you know. He's pretty much forcing my hand here. If I keep turning him down, he'll probably just keep pestering me. Well, then I'll place my fate in your knowing hands. The name of the place was... what was the name of the agency? I believe it was written on the letter I received from that man calling himself the Detective Chief Inspector? Alright. Probably good to remember who you're going to be employed by. Okay. The company name. Select the letter from the chief from the list below, then select the part of the letter with the name of the company and press combine button. Where does it say? Well, it's that bureau, so... Combine clues? Mystery solved. The Phenomena Bureau. Heard people around here call it the Bureau for short. You know where the Bureau is located, right? If you could take me there, I'd appreciate it. Understood, sir. Huh? What's wrong, sir? Something troubling you? No, it's just... you got really polite all of a sudden. Do you just forget to mind your P's and Q's at times? London taxi drivers always cart around their fares as if they were the queen herself. I think I get it. Funny, really. Right when he heard me say the Bureau, his attitude shifted. The Bureau, according to the rumors I've heard, the institution's reputation is far from a good one. To come all the way to London after receiving a suspicious letter from such as a suspect institution, I must be out of my mind. Yet, to be able to carry out an investigation in a city like this, well, that's been a lifelong goal of mine. We're here, sir. The grey building on the left over there is the London branch of the Bureau. Alright. Oh, thank you. You said that would be 1 shilling? Where'd I put the money I exchanged? You might want to check the front pocket of your bag. The front pocket? Ah, it's all right there. How'd you know? Such things shouldn't come as much of a surprise if you intend to stay in London for long, that is. Huh? What's that supposed to... Have a great day, sir. I do believe you'll find this city isn't half bad a match for you. But how'd he know? I don't know. Logical! If you say so. Alright. It's been 10 minutes, huh? So this is the Bureau. This will be my place of work starting from today. Compared to the investigator's office back home, this place is just floor after floor straight up. If I try to catch a glimpse of the top, I bet my head would be touching my back. Am I really going to be working at a place like this? It took me days to get here, but suddenly going inside is the last thing I want to do. Hello, ma'am? That woman, is she looking at me? She definitely locked eyes, but she isn't saying anything. Or am I just imagining things? Oh, she's definitely still looking. Should I be the first to speak? No, because if she isn't... You may speak first. Would you happen to have business with me? Indeed, I do. Then she should be the one to break the ice. I'm waiting for someone, and I do believe that's someone to be you. A new recruit from the Akimbo Investigations Agency. Known for sticking a fountain pen in his curls. Height roughly 165 centimeters. Goes by the name Note. Well, something close to that, right? My name's not Trick Case. No Trick Case, ha ha ha. You're a member of the Mana Affairs Division, aren't you? That I am. The name's Pandoria Redfins. It's a pleasure to meet you. No, the pleasure's all mine. I'll pass on the handshake if you don't mind. Huh? Now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember something about the British not shaking hands all that often. Don't take it the wrong way. It's just that I'm extremely reluctant to come into physical contact with you in any way. Okay. Wow. You're right, I almost did take that the wrong way. I guess you could say I suffer from mysophobia. It's a bit of a bother, but you'll just have to put up with it. Just have to put up with it? I mean, is it really okay to have a detective who's scared of germs? Well, enough with the introductions. Shall we head inside? You'll have to follow close behind. The Bureau is a bit of a maze, and I don't want to have to report a child gone missing. There's something odd about this woman, as if after all these years, I could still get lost. Well, it's a new place, so you probably could. About that child gone missing, I'm lost. Who would make a building like this? No matter where I go, it's just the same hallway and the same door, plus there's not a floor plan to be seen. I lost Miss Redfin's right at the entrance, but with this many rooms, how are there exactly 0 other people wandering the halls? Oh, wait a tick. No way, is that a map of the building? Of course, you can't have a building this big without a single sign pointing the way. Huh? Okay. What? What? What am I seeing here exactly? I'm in England, right? Why isn't this in proper English? Am I the odd man out here? Has my hillbilly upbringing left me unfamiliar with the trends of the big city? Whatever, now at least I can get back to the entrance. Miss Redfin's will probably be waiting for me there. Well, we'll see. This map. It's here because someone's able to read it, right? Then maybe the writing on here must be a unique code that only the employees here can make sense of. Then there must be some way for me to figure out where the office of the Mana Affairs Division is. There's nothing that starts with M, so... After all, I'm an employee here too now. Let me have a look through my things. New information added to your files, Bureau Floor Plan, okay? Certainly there must be something enclosed in the parcel I received that could be of some use. I need to select the information pointing to the location of the Mana Affairs Division, and then choose the place the information is leading me to on the map. If I can connect those 2 pieces of information, I'll be able to find my answer. Alright. Makes sense. Alright. Well, we need that one. Is there anything here? NA01. There we go. Yeah, that was easy. The code on my employee ID badge is formatted in a strikingly similar way to the codes on this map. Also, the name of my department is written right above the code, Mana Affairs Division. Would that make these letters and numbers the unique code assigned to our division? The same code is written on this room of the map, then maybe that's the Mana Affairs Division? That certainly seems to be where it's pointing me. Seriously, was it the door right in front of me this whole time? I feel like I'm the supporting actor on a new TV show. Well, I guess I should head inside. Excuse me. Hello, Brian. And Thina. I'm... hands in the air. Okay. Rude. So just like that, I found myself here. Makes sense for a rookie. Your accent is rather unique. You're not from around here, are you? Nope. I'm from New Mexico. I worked for a private investigator down there. New Mexico. Then perhaps you'd prefer a cup of my finest black tea on ice. Sorry, but could I get a coffee instead of tea? But of course, it's been a while since we brewed it though, so it's probably gone stale. Let me brew you a new pot. That's alright, even stale is fine with me. I didn't catch your name. Caucasus Brian at your service. During our cases, I'm the man in charge of investigating the scene of whatever incident has taken place. Ah, thank you. That was quick. Detective Ryan, how should I put this? I'm sorry to be such a bother, but could you ask your colleague to put away her revolver? Ah, this revolver? You don't need to let it worry you. I'm just following protocol. So you're not going to shoot me? The name's Athena Hervinus? Hervinus? I don't know. My main charge is interrogations. Just call me Thena. Nice to meet you, Detective Thena, but again, you're not going to shoot me, right? Would you like the honest answer? No. Sorry to doubt you, but until the detective sergeant gets back and is able to confirm your identity, we'll be staying just like this. The Bureau is strict when it comes to security. More importantly, I hope the coffee is to your liking. In the spectrum of life and death, the taste falls somewhere in the middle. Quite an abstract way of describing it. Yeah. Actually find the description to be quite on the money. So, when is this sergeant of yours supposed to get here? Didn't you meet her outside a short time ago? I'm back! Miss Redfins? No way. Then by sergeant, they mean... Indeed, that's me. I mean, isn't that something she should have led with? How'd you find your way here? I went out looking for you, but I had no idea you'd find your way here before I could catch up. I found the place by comparing the code on my ID badge to the codes on the building's floor plan. Your ID badge? Oh, you noticed the department codes, but why are you sipping on that cup of coffee at gunpoint? Well, I was just about to bring that up. Looks like you've been cleared of suspicion. Excuse us for that. Yeah, sorry. We just about held your welcoming ceremony and your farewell ceremony at the same time. Well, there's a joke I can't laugh at. Sarge, this is all sort of sudden. I haven't heard word of a new recruit joining us. I only heard word 20 minutes ago myself, from the Detective Chief Inspector, no less. Of course, I wouldn't expect any different. Still, we should be thankful for the extra hands on deck. It's just been the three of us for 2 years now. You've all had a chance to introduce yourselves, right? Our friend Note here is going to be joining our investigation team starting from today. It's Notric case. Right. I'll keep that in mind, Note. No, you won't. Tell me what you will. Now that I'm thinking about it, we haven't heard about the most important thing yet. Most important thing? I'm talking about your skill. What is it? What can you do? My skills? Well, I haven't really learned any special skills, and honestly, this is my first time leaving my hometown. I do have a license to operate heavy machinery. Maybe that'll be of some help. You must be joking. I guess they wouldn't need that, huh? Heavy machinery. I'm just asking this to be certain, but Mr. Case, are you not a staffer? No, I'm not. What? Is that going to be a problem? I see. Well, it's less of a problem. And more like you're fired. What? Excuse me? I am confused. Just like Notric. Mana. the substance that twisted the laws governing this world. The strange anomalies that followed in its wake were called miracles in one era, and magic in another. In the current era, such events are collectively referred to as phenomena. Among these phenomena, the one showing a marked increase in recent days is the mana-wielding humans known as staffers. The staffers are able to wield mana how they please from birth. Born with a superpower, if you will. Okay. And in London, where you're currently headed, roughly 10% of the population are staffers, making it the city with the highest population of staffers. However, though it hosts such an eclectic mix of people, there is a force that allows London society to continue to function. An agency that manages and controls all phenomena, including those involving staffers. That agency is none other than the Phenomena Bureau, commonly referred to as the Bureau. Notrick, I know it's in your nature to be unable to leave a riddle unsolved, so I won't try to stop you from going to London. However, a word of caution. You will see things there that you've never seen before, and one thing I'm sure of, that will include some things you'll wish you'd never seen. Okay, ominous. Staffer case. Alright. So how are we solving this then? It's been a while since we've had some drama. I wonder if Note's on his boat back home by now. I'm, still right here. Ah, so you are. But if you don't hurry, you're going to miss your boat. I'm not going back. Plus, I took a plane here, not a boat. And why? Why are you suddenly firing me? It's just, you're no staffer, so we don't need you. Sarge, that remark is somewhat misleading. Then Brian, you can kick him out nicely. Mr. Case, have you heard word of what exactly our Mana Affairs Division does? From what I read in the letter I received, you all get the cases that the normal investigators can't solve. That's precisely it. There are some among the staffers able to take the life of another human without leaving a single scrap of evidence. No matter how hard you try, a normal person could never hope to solve such cases. Cases revolving around phenomena, we call such cases mana affairs. When police realize they have a mana affair on their hands, they hand over the jurisdiction to the likes of us. The likes of us? Does that mean you're all... That's right, we're staffers, all three of us. I'm beginning to understand the Mana First Division is able to solve the cases that can't be solved through normal means. In other words, all of you are able to use your supernatural talents to investigate crimes. The phenomena you would label supernatural talents, we call skills. Calling it supernatural or magical makes it sound a bit cultish, don't you think? I see. When she asked about my skill before, that's what she was asking about. You're starting to catch on, huh? No matter how fast your brain might work or how well you drive heavy machinery, friend, there are just some cases that can't be solved through ordinary means. There are some staffers who go invisible and others who can teleport. You can't say with confidence that you'd be able to catch such criminals, can you? Oh, I see you've made it all right. Okay. You've made quite the journey, Mr. Case. Actually, I guess that's Detective Constable Case now. Here's the man who reached out to my old investigations office, scouting me out as an addition to his team of detectives, making him the Detective Chief Inspector, sir. Ah, this is our first chance to be able to talk face to face, huh? Good timing. If the chief insists on my being hired on, these people can do nothing to stop his decision. Show these cretins all the unsavory flavors of our capitalistic might, Chief. Seriously, Chief, how dare you show your face after turning our job on its head like this? But of course, I've lost all expectations I've ever had of getting any sort of help from you. How about you just retire before things get even uglier? Chief, public opinion of you seems on the level of a coup d'etat. Look at the lot of you. I guess the rookie joining us has got you all worked up. Actually, I was just about to ask your intent with this one. Why exactly did you hire a new detective who's not even a staffer? Sergeant Redfins, are you meaning to say you don't wish to take on Detective Constable Case? That's right. I could have used even the slightest hint of hesitation there. Then let's try this out. You all are going to give Detective Case here a test. A test? If Detective Case passes your little test, you'll let him on the team and accept him as an equal. And of course, if he fails, you can do with him as you please. How's that? Fair? Regarding the contents of said test, is that up to me? Do whatever you please. This kid's a genius. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say genius. Thena, you and Brian are in the middle of a case, aren't you? Huh? Ah, you're talking about the circus homicide? Hold up. Are you serious right now? That evidence you were telling me about before, show it to note. I'm kind of busy. Looks like you all have your work cut out for you. Tell me how it all turns out. Once again, making his escape after giving us a bunch of work to do. All of this is a bit chaotic, but if I pass this test, that means I'll be able to stay on, right? Okay, so you all are going to give me a test, right? What do I have to do? Before we get to that, take a look at this document for me. Okay. What sort of document is this? Who's this a picture of? This is a bureau file. It lists off each staffer's supernatural abilities, laying out what skill they have. It's one of the main documents we use to investigate any sort of phenomena that might occur. Each and every staffer must carry around their bureau file with their identity card. These files are crafted from a material that can't be forged, so if you interpret the information listed here correctly, you can understand what sort of skills the staffers involved in your case may have. The information on this document is about Julia Geller. She's the person who found the body in the case we're currently investigating and one of our main suspects. Geller is a clown employed by the Trump Tower Circus. Okay, which is precisely where the murder occurred. The victim was none other than the ringleader of said circus. His name was Jean-Henri Houdin. Okay. Almost Houdini. I'll give you all the details of the case later on, but first off, I'd like to continue my explanation of the bureau files. Under the staffer's name, we've got the name of the staffer's skill written out. Geller's skill is what the bureau has named Indiscernible Object Manipulation. What sort of skill is that? The name doesn't really spell out what that entails. According to statements gathered from those who know her, her skill allows her to manipulate objects through some unseen force. Basically, she's got telekinesis. So why can't you just write telekinesis? Do you think it's somehow more professional to describe her skill like this? We'd never do such a thing. And don't you think you're being a little harsh? There are over 1,000 staffers able to move objects without touching them in London alone. We have to take an academic approach to the naming because filing them all under such overarching words as telekinesis does nothing to distinguish the subtleties of their skills. You can usually infer what sort of skill a staffer has by the name listed on their file, though there are occasional exceptions, like this one. So if you can't understand from the name of the skill like this one, you won't be able to understand what the staffer's skill is. In cases like this, details about the staffer's skill can be found out through the course of the investigation. Julia Geller has been using her skill to perform acrobatic stunts at the circus. So it was easy to find out that her indiscernible object manipulation equals telekinesis. If that's the case, I'm not sure why we even have these files, but anyway, I follow. Then how about we take a look at the bottom part? Threat level. The threat of each staffer is ranked by the risk posed by his or her skill. Okay. If they pose no threat, they're labeled unarmed. If their risk of harm is that of an edged weapon, they're labeled Bowie. If they pose the same danger as a small firearm, they're labeled Colt. The threat of their skills are all compared to weapons. Staffers with a high threat level may have some restrictions placed upon them that could interfere with normal life. Julia Geller is rated Colt. Does that really mean her skill is as dangerous as someone wielding a pistol? Next comes the skill's range. This shows how far the staffer's skill can reach. Max 2 meters, okay? In Miss Geller's case, I see she can only manipulate objects that are within 2 meters of her. The catalyst section below shows what the staffer needs to use a particular skill. But in Geller's case, she doesn't need anything for hers, so we'll skip that. Last of all, we have a section to write anything of note about the skill that isn't included in the above sections. The info in this section can vary widely depending on the skill of a person's bureau file. Okay, max weight 20 kilos, able to control 2 objects at once. Time sustainable 165 seconds. If the skill were about controlling something, we'd have information about the substance that can be controlled. If the skill were about creating something, we'd have info on what can be created. So, shall we wrap up our explanation there? Sure. This information seems overly simplified. Aren't there any documents with a bit more detail on them? There are, but this is the limit of the info we're able to obtain at our current clearance level. Since the investigations department is still classified experimental within the Bureau, we don't have much in the way of clearance. I see. So, what's the test that goes along with this? The reason I'm showing you Julia Geller's bureau file is because this woman is the prime subject in our investigation thus far. We have 3 reasons for thinking this. Now, let me show you the evidence we've gathered on her, one item at a time. You have to look at this evidence and figure out the 3 reasons why we currently suspect Julia Geller. Got it. You want me to find out if I'll be of any help on a real case. What do you think? Up to the task? If I say no, will you switch the test to something else?
Not a chance.
Then I've got no choice but to do it, though I didn't really want you to change the test in the first place.
Good. Then you're confident.
You can use all that confidence to get you back home.
So that's an okay from him? Then let's show him this first.
Is this a testimony? Miss Geller gave a statement? The name of the witness is Julia Geller, and the document seems to be explaining the circumstances of the witness finding the body. I was the first to find him there like that. I came to see him at 9 o'clock p.m. to bring him his coffee. I know that sounds suspicious, but I didn't kill him.
At first glance,
It looks like an ordinary witness statement, but this part. This column, it says heartbeat? What's that mean?
oh, he's pretty sharp, huh? About the abnormal heartbeat column. It gives me a place to check when I detect a change in the witness's heart rate.
A witness's heart rate?
Much of the evidence collected by the Mana Affairs Division is required using the skills of the investigators. And this is a special witness statement written using my own special skill. My skill is precision vibration detection. When any potential suspect makes a statement, I use my skill to keep track of their pulse.
Using skills to collect evidence and fill out documents. Then what's it mean when you record that the witness had an abnormal heartbeat?
When I detect an abnormal heartbeat, it's for one of three reasons. The witness is either in an agitated state, they're talking about something emotional like murder or death, or the witness is lying.
I see. So you're like a lie detector?
No. I'm way more accurate than those hunks of junk. You shouldn't say such things. Tina has a bit of a standing rivalry with lie detectors. Do not. That aside, there's one odd part of this witness statement. Find and point out the section that's leading us to suspect her. That's the first part of your test.
What, that she's hesitating? Okay, let me give it a try. If they're choosing to show me this document, there must be some sort of falsehood recorded inside her statement. Okay. If I pay attention to the times when her heart rate is abnormal, I should be able to find the lie in her statement. However, lying isn't the only reason for the fluctuations in her heart rate, so I've got to be careful. Okay. The false part of her statement and an abnormal heartbeat to prove it. If there's some sort of contradictory information in here, I'll be able to link those two things. Okay. Athena's test is to find the suspect lie on the testimony. Abnormal heartbeats. Yeah, I know. Let's pin that one. She came to bring him his coffee at 9. She explicitly denies having killed the victim. Well, that heartbeat is higher. Is that it?
Huh. Quick to anger, huh? That? Alright. Could it be that? I don't know. Nope. Hmm. How do I get the conversation thing up again? Don't know. Okay, well, let's get a hint then. Yeah, I know. I have it. That's the only hint. Okay, well, that doesn't really help me. I mean, I can't see the thing anymore. Yeah, you tell me to check the conversation log, but honestly, since I can't really seem to get that one back up again, I am just going to end this here. If this looks at all interesting to you, then do check it out on Steam. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!